a few minutes. Now, there continues to be a big push for women to get involved in the fields of science and math, and there's a whole new crop of toys. Look at that, guys. You would think that that's just from air. It's not. It's static electricity. And here to talk to us a little bit more about some of these toys, which I cannot stop playing with, is Shinjini Das. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me, Christiane. I'm so excited.
It's really interesting to me as we're looking at these because there's a very Harry Potter feel, which of course brings in the toys and brings in a lot of the pop culture.
Right.
Talk to me a little bit about these toys.
Absolutely. So like you said, there's a very big push for toys for girls to get them interested in STEM. And this is so great because this really involves pop culture, Harry Potter. Who doesn't love Harry Potter?
Exactly.
Right? I know my sister's really obsessed with it now. And so it really takes that together and then encourages girls to really explore the science behind some of these pop culture things.
And how do these work? Show me a little bit about these ones, this magic potions.
Yeah, so we can kind of play with this a little bit and see what goes on. So here, this is kind of it's an acid-base indicator, so it's really fun.
I played with these.
Right.
See, I played with all of this as a child, and I'm wondering kind of what happened. How do we get away from that? Because I had a microscope that I would play with all the time, and I remember what I played with in that and a lot of the bacteria and cultures, which is probably not cool, by the way. But I remember doing that. Have we moved away from that as a culture?
It's such an interesting point because girls lose interest in STEM in middle school and beyond, and I think it's really because STEM is not popularized in culture, and that's kind of that push that, toys like Goldie Blocks, Code.org, all these little bite-sized tutorials are really helping to get girls back on track because STEM is where the money is where a lot of opportunities are, and I myself am an industrial engineer from Georgia Tech, so I talk the talk and I walk the walk, and it's changed my life, STEM degree, so I'm all for girls really getting back into the game with STEM.
So how important is it for kids to be involved in this when they're young, or is it something that we should start integrating more as they get older? Should they start playing with this when they're 3 to 5?
Yeah. Absolutely, Christiane. I think it's so important, especially for girls, to get them hooked very early on, because that way the interest can be sustained over a long period of time. So getting them started with this, graduating to Goldie Blocks, graduating to coding, very, very important to keep that interest going.
Okay, and just really quickly too, show us a little bit about those ones. I want to play with all these toys, and I'm telling you, May Fasai and I were playing with this levitating wand for about 30 minutes on Friday. So that interest does not go away.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. But as you said, there's so many toys here that girls can play with and really enjoy. So I would encourage parents to really go out and look for these, especially science experiments online. There are a lot of options now for girls to kind of get that juice flowing with STEM.
I know. We're going to have to send it over to Darren, but Darren, I think you're going to have to try this one. Look at that. Ha-ha.
You've gotten good, Christiane.
I really have. I'm going to have to take on May when she gets back. Oh, except I lost it. This is what happens when I start bragging.
Well, look, on Friday, you lost it in the lights, and Paul had to climb on a chair to get it down. So you've gotten a lot better. See, practice pays off. That was actually really cool. It's starting to feel warm out here. There's no wind, virtually perfectly still.